Imagine yourself in the place of a person who is swimming in the open ocean and suddenly notices a shark fin approaching him. Imagination immediately draws frames from the popular movie Jaws, where the killer shark mercilessly destroyed people. The cruel predatory fish is getting closer. It will soon grab a man and drag him to the bottom of the ocean. But is the shark really that bloodthirsty? Does it destroy every living thing that its 300 teeth can reach? In this video you will find out how dangerous a shark is, what are the chances of surviving a fight with it, and whether it is possible to make friends with this predatory fish. Like, subscribe, and let's get started. Sharks are indeed very dangerous. It is at the top of the food chain in the ocean, and few dare to challenge it. The fin that scares everyone is part of a body weighing more than 2 tons. And this professional hunter can squeeze its numerous teeth with a force of more than 200 atmospheres. This allows some sharks to bite a person in two with one effort. Many of the planet's most dangerous predators seem small and unconvincing next to a shark. Such impressive characteristics will certainly cause fear when it is enhanced by human creativity. A series of films called Jaws was able to convince many that the shark was created to kill and the man is the best snack for it. This conviction is strengthened by videos where people go down under the water in special cages and sharks rush at the divers. Many people think that this is the nature of these predatory fish and that they cannot live otherwise. But few people know that in order to get beautiful shots, sharks are first deliberately made angry. People throw bleeding pieces of meat into the water, which greatly stimulate the appetite of sharks. That is, people themselves attract the attention of predators so that they swim closer and attack the cage. As a result, we see the filming of deadly teeth and sharks' desperate attempts to get to the fragile human being. This clearly indicates that the shark is capable of killing any living creature, especially the person who teases it. Hollywood has created a reputation for sharks as bloodthirsty killer monsters that do nothing but prey on humans. But what if we tell you that reality is very different from the show? In real life, sharks do not seek to destroy people at all costs. Attacks happen infrequently and at the same time extremely rarely end in a fatal outcome for a person. According to statistics, more than 3,000 people drown in the United States a year, and there are fewer than 5 fatal shark attacks. Sharks kill an average of 14 people worldwide every year. As you can see, the global danger of sharks is greatly exaggerated. According to these data, ordinary seawater is much more dangerous for humans than hundreds of cannibal predators. In addition, people pose the most serious threat to the sharks themselves. It is the sharks themselves who should worry when they see human ships on the horizon. It is when the ships approach that the ominous music that we hear in the movie Jaws should play, and not when the shark approaches. Ships are dangerous for sharks because there are nets, harpoons, guns, and other tools that destroy up to 100 million sharks a year. It is just a horrendous number. As you watch this video, 190 sharks are being killed every minute. And for an hour and a half of watching a standard movie, there are 17,000 fewer sharks on the planet. Man destroys millions of sharks. Sharks only kill 14 people a year. This is how the real picture of the interaction between man and these oceanic predators looks like. Of course, we sympathize with the sharks, but we don't want to become food for them either. Let's look at what to do if a shark attacks you. If this happened from an ambush and unexpectedly, then there's a chance to survive only in a case of a miss. Otherwise, your meeting will be fatal. But predatory fish do not always rush at their prey at great speed, crushing their prey and tearing it with their teeth. It is common for a shark to swim several circles around its prey before the final blow to take a closer look, and such behavior is a chance for a swimmer. You should control the behavior of an aggressive shark and inflict decisive and strong blows on its eyes and nose or pull on the gills. These are the vulnerabilities of the shark, and after such a rebuff, it may retreat. If the shark did bite you, but you managed to get to the shore, then you should immediately go to the doctor, even if the bite looks insignificant. The wound could be infected, so be sure to check it out. Of course, the best option would be not to meet the predator at all. In order to avoid a collision with a shark, you must follow these rules. First, do not swim in the evening or early in the morning. It is at this time that sharks are most active and set to hunt. Secondly, do not swim near fishing boats or schools of fish. Such places attract sharks. Thirdly, when floating on an air mattress, do not hang your arms or legs into the water. Also, don't forget to use shark protection products, ranging from air guns to repellents that can scare away predatory fish with their smell. As you can see, the relationship between humans and sharks is very complicated. A man destroys them by the millions, but he himself can end his life in the stomach of a sea killer. Fortunately, not everyone follows the path of violence and destruction. There are those who, by their example, show that a completely different relationship can develop between a shark and people. Once, a fisherman from Australia named Arnold Pointer, passing on his ship, saw a great white shark. The formidable predator struggled with its last strength in the nets, trying to free itself. Its attempts to escape were unsuccessful, and if not Arnold, it would have died. He released the shark and gave it the opportunity to go out into the open ocean, thinking that this was their last meeting. But the shark was in no hurry to swim away. With its presence, it tried to express gratitude to the person who saved it. Thus began their amazing relationship. Now, every time a fisherman goes out to sea to fish, he's met by a friend, a 6-meter shark named Cinti. It accompanies him, emerges to meet its friend Arnold, and even allows its tummy to be stroked. Another example was diver Rick Anderson, who became friends with a small shark and continued to communicate with the already growing formidable sea predator. As you can see, a lot depends on the person. It is for people to choose what kind of relationship we will build with nature. Of course, we are also a kind of meat-eating predators, but the vast majority of sharks are not killed for pleasure, but because of the lack of food. A huge and beautiful animal is destroyed solely for the sake of the fin, which is considered a delicacy in Asian countries. It even goes so far that these parts of the body are cut off from a living shark, and then the shark is indifferently thrown back into the sea to die. This is a wasteful, cruel, and disrespectful attitude towards nature, which will not lead to anything good. Shark is not just a perfect killer. It is part of the ecosystem that is necessary to maintain balance in nature. At first glance, the problems of the balance of the water world may seem irrelevant to people, but they directly concern each of us. Sharks feed on fish that feed on phytoplankton, which in turn absorbs carbon dioxide and releases the oxygen we need to breathe. Destroying sharks, people give the opportunity to uncontrollably breed fish, which will destroy phytoplankton in huge quantities. Fewer sharks means less oxygen. Even global warming is being held back by sharks. They regulate the number of turtles, crabs, and stingrays that feed on algae, which in turn prevent carbon from entering the atmosphere. Uncontrolled destruction of algae can lead to the destruction of the ozone layer, which can endanger all creatures on planet Earth. The enormous benefits of sharks are not limited to what we have told, but this is enough to understand that destroying hundreds of millions of them is an extremely cruel and destructive act for the planet. This can lead to irreversible consequences. After all, humanity has never succeeded in restoring the population of an endangered animal in 1 minute.